People who don't understand CRM terminology struggle with adoption and actually using the system. Let's explain the basic terms to avoid this disappointment. The first main distinction is the difference between a lead and a deal. What actually is a lead versus a deal? A lead is an unqualified inquiry, meaning someone fills out a form on your website and they show up in your CRM. Then someone reviews the inquiry, pulls up info on the company and the customer, and then converts this inquiry into an opportunity or a sales case, which in our case is a deal. But this step is completely unnecessary in many B2B processes because the inquiry itself is already a sales opportunity, so you can just create a deal right away. The deal then sits in what's called a pipeline. A pipeline is a board that shows the individual stages, which are the phases of your sales process. And the deal then moves from one phase to the next and the next, until finally it's either won or lost. The pipeline itself also helps you see how much money is actually on the line, how much is in open opportunities, and how much is likely to close. Let's look inside a deal. A deal has a contact person linked to it. That's the person you then communicate with to close the deal. And of course, that person works at a company, so we have an organization linked there too. We can then add things like notes to the deal. A note is something we want to jot down that's important either to the sales case, the person, or the organization. If we add it at the deal level, it automatically syncs to both the contact person and the organization. We also have activities here. An activity is a task that the salesperson needs to complete. They can plan activities here, add notes to them, and of course, mark them as done. It's basically their to-do list of things to complete within a given time frame. So we create an activity, save it, and once the activity is done, we mark it as completed. Activities are also grouped in the activities section, where they can filter for activities they need to do today, for example. They can then see everything that needs to be done, who to call, who to follow up with, who to send an email or a proposal to. Going back to the deal, a deal has two types of fields. First are system fields. These are fields that Pipedrive already has built in. For example, deal value. Deal value is basically how much money is on the line, which is defined either by typing it in manually, or you can define it through products. Products are basically your catalog of services or products, and you then select which products you want to enter. Another system field is deal win probability. You can have the salesperson fill this in, and it will then calculate the weighted value of how much money is on the line, including that probability. A third example of a system field is the expected close date. That's when the deal is expected to close. Again, this is important. If you're doing forecasting, you want to know how much business you'll close in the coming month or year. On the other hand, besides system fields, we also have custom fields. These are fields you need to track for a specific sales case. It could be, for example, roof size, heat pump type, circuit breaker size, floor area, preferred color, volume, and so on, depending on what you need to find out from the customer. You then add those fields to the deal, and these custom fields are then filled in by the Pipedrive user. A field can also be marked as required, meaning if the salesperson doesn't fill it in, Pipedrive will alert them. As you can see, this deal is currently in an open state. A deal can have several states. One state is, of course, an open deal. That's an active sales case that's being worked on. You can mark a deal as lost at any point in time. And then select a lost reason. Or, in the better case scenario, you win the deal, meaning you close the business with the customer. Fields, whether system fields, like value, expected close date, or deal status, or custom fields, are mainly used so you can filter them later. You can find filters in Pipedrive at the deal, person, and organization levels, and you can set up highly advanced filtering across different parts of Pipedrive, whether you want to filter by deal, activity, organization, person, and so on. Moving on to the last part, which is especially interesting for business owners or sales directors, and that's reports. We have reports here called insights in Pipedrive. These consist of dashboards, which are boards where you have individual data displayed either as a chart or as a number or table. And then when you're building a dashboard like this, you create a report or a goal. A report shows the current state in Pipedrive, while a goal is where you have a target set. A goal for individual salespeople, teams, or the whole company to reach. And it also shows your progress. We've gone through the basic terms you'll find in Pipedrive CRM. By now, you know the difference between a lead and a deal, how they connect to organizations, what fields you'll find there, and how to make nice reports. But if you need any help with Pipedrive, just go to www.davame.com and we'll be happy to help, whether with terminology, implementation, integrations, automation, or training. That's all from me.